Dear students, let's start to learn how to insert a JavaScript code in an HTML script. In order to insert the JavaScript code inside an HTML document, we use the script tag. Right? In HTML, JavaScript code is inserted between the script tags. So if you see, we have an HTML document. At the top, we are specifying the doc type HTML. We are having HTML tag. Within that, we are having body tag. In that, we are having a heading H2, JavaScript in body. Okay. Then we are having an empty paragraph over here. See, this P indicates a paragraph. The ID of the paragraph is demo, and the paragraph does not contain anything. It is an empty paragraph. Then through JavaScript, we are filling some content in this particular paragraph. So in order to include the JavaScript, we are using the script tag over here. So we have the script tag. What we are doing in this script tag? Within this, we are trying to get the element by ID. This paragraph, which does not contain anything. Okay. So we are taking this paragraph, and inside that paragraph, we are inserting my first JavaScript. We are inserting my first JavaScript. Okay. Is the code clear to you, students? Is the code clear to you? Yeah. So it's basically a simple code. Inside HTML, there is just one heading, a paragraph, an empty paragraph. And through the script, we are trying to get handle of this paragraph which is empty, and in that paragraph we are inserting the content to my first JavaScript. Okay. So basically this is to learn that how to insert a JavaScript code within a script. Okay. I can demonstrate this for you. So I will go to my code directory. In that, insert jscode.html I have written. I will open this using Notepad++. Okay. If you see, it is the same code. It is the same code here. We have a doc type HTML, HTML tag, body tag, heading, JavaScript in body. Then we are having a paragraph with ID equal to demo. This is an empty paragraph. Okay. Then we are having the JavaScript tag. In this script tag, we are specifying the HTML code. We are calling on the document object, we are calling get element by ID demo. So this demo element, we get handle of it, and inside this inner HTML, right, we are adding my first JavaScript. Okay, this. So we expect that, right? What we expect that when we execute this, then inside the paragraph, my first JavaScript, this is printed, right? This is printed. So let's do this. I will execute this. Right? So it printed my first JavaScript. My first JavaScript. It got printed over there. This printing is because of the script. Although in this paragraph nothing was there, but since the JavaScript code got executed, so in this paragraph my first JavaScript is getting printed. Is this clear, students? Hello? Is this clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Next. Okay. JavaScript in head. Okay. In header. So basically in header we can also include the JavaScript in the body. We can also include the JavaScript in head section. Okay. In the following example, a JavaScript function is placed in the head section of an HTML page. The function is invoked when a button is clicked. The function is invoked in the body when a button is clicked. So if you see, we are having an HTML document, doc type HTML, right? In the HTML tag, we are having the head section. So see, this is the head section. It starts from the head tag, ends over here. Inside this head section, we have embedded the JavaScript. Okay, so JavaScript is embedded over there. What we are doing through the JavaScript, we are defining a function. We are defining a function over there, right? Okay. We are defining a function over there inside the script, right? What are we doing in this function? We are trying to get hold of an element whose ID is demo, and in that we are writing paragraph change. If you see the body of the script, body of the HTML script, then we have a heading of type H1 and we have written a web page. Then we are having a paragraph, right? And on that paragraph we are writing a paragraph. Then we are having a button over there, type we are writing button. On click we are calling my function. On click we are calling my function. On the button we have written tried. On the button we have written tried. So when the button is clicked, right, my function which we have defined in the header, we have script, and in the header we have defined this JavaScript function. Okay. In this what we are doing? Our paragraph which initially displayed a paragraph, now its contents we are changing to paragraph changed through this particular function. So function is called and function will change the contents of the paragraph to paragraph change. Is this clear, students? Okay, so here we are learning how to use the JavaScript in the header. So in head we are having a script over here. We are defining a function. In this function we are calling get element by ID demo. Demo element we are getting and we are changing its contents to paragraph changed. In the body we define a heading, a web page. We define a paragraph with ID demo on which we have written a paragraph, and then we have a button. On clicking the button we are calling my function which we have defined in the header. Okay, and on the button we have written try it. Okay, our paragraph initially will print a paragraph. We expect that when we click on this particular button, right, then in that case my function will get called and it will change the contents of the paragraph to paragraph changed. Okay, so let's have a demonstration of this. So yes, JS code header. So what was there in the code, if you see the code, okay, let me open the code too. We had a heading, a web page, H1, right? So we are seeing the heading over here. Heading is seen over here. This is the heading. Then we are having a paragraph, right? On which a paragraph is written. So we have a paragraph. Then we have a button named try it. Okay. So that button is there. When we click on the button, my function will be called, right? And it will change the paragraph to paragraph change. So I am clicking it, and it is changing the content to paragraph change. So what we learned in this is we can define the script. We can have the JavaScript in header also, and if we have defined a function in that, then we can call that function from the body also, right? So this is the second thing we learned in this today. Now the third, okay, JavaScript in body. Okay, so in this example, a JavaScript function is placed in the body section of an HTML. The function is invoked when a button is clicked. Okay, so the same thing, the same function which we invoked, which we had in the header, now we are having in the body. So we have an HTML document with the HTML tags, the body tag. Inside the body tag, we have a heading, a web page. We have a paragraph. We have a button, try it. When we click the button, my function is called. And this my function we have defined in the JavaScript code within the script tags. So within the script tags, we have a JavaScript function in which we are getting hold of the an element, HTML element with the name demo, and we trying to change the content to paragraph changed. Okay, so paragraph changed. Okay. Now if I run this, so I am going to code, okay, JavaScript code in the body. The same thing, JavaScript in body is the heading, then paragraph is a paragraph. When I click on this particular paragraph, right, when I click on this particular button, then it will change the content of the paragraph to paragraph changed. So here it is paragraph changed. Is this clear, students?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, please be interactive in the class so that we get some, feel that there is something going in the class. Okay. You can have external JavaScript also. Like JavaScript code, you can embed within the HTML. You can have an external JavaScript also. So let's say we have an external file, myscript.js. We have an external file, myscript.js, and in this we have written the function, my function, in which we are getting the element by ID demo, and we are doing it paragraph changed. Okay. So external scripts are practical when same code is used in many different web pages. Okay. So we can use the external script so that whatever code is there in the external script, if we want to use it in multiple HTML documents, then we can have the external JavaScript file. Is this clear, students? Let's say my function we want to use in different HTML documents.
Yes.
Then in that case we can have a separate file with a separate JavaScript file. So in this case, we are having myscript.js as a separate file. Yeah, getting? Zed, are you getting?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Please be
Yes,
responsive
sir.
in the class. Yeah. So now let's see how to do this. Okay. So we have a separate file, myscript.js, which is containing this code. Function, my function, the same function is there in this file. Okay. There is no tag in that, right? It is just this code is there. Now, this is our HTML document, right? Okay, JavaScript file, it has the extension .js. JS for JavaScript. Okay. Now we have our HTML file, okay, which has a heading external JavaScript. It has a paragraph with ID equal to demo. On the paragraph written a paragraph. It has a button, right? And button named try it, okay. And when button is clicked, my function is called. But where my function is defined? Right?
External file में.
My function is defined in the external file.
My
myscript.js. And how it will know that from where to find out this function? How the HTML will know that from where to find this function, my function, because my function is not there here. Okay. So basically my function is stored in an external file called myscript.js. So we are having a script tag over here, and in that we are specifying source equal to myscript.js. So what should be the source of the JavaScript function, right? So when you have written this source equal to myscript.js, HTML will know that I have to search in this myscript.js. So it will look into myscript.js, this thing. Got my students?
Yes,
Yeah?
sir.
Okay, so
Yes, sir.
this way
Yes,
it is
sir.
there. Okay, so now let's go to our code and let's check. Do you see anywhere myscript.js? Let me see. Myscript.js. You see here, this is myscript.js. Let me open it through Notepad++.
Yes, sir.
This is myscript.js. myscript.js. In this, we have simply written this function, document get element by ID demo inner HTML paragraph changed. Okay, so this is myscript.js over here. Okay, now I'll open our this file, external.js.html. Let me open this file. From where will be? Here. Here we are in this file, right? We have the external JavaScript heading and a paragraph which we are trying to change to, right, using that function, right? And we are specifying that the source equal to myscript.js. So when my function should be searched in myscript.js, this is what we want to tell. Okay, let me execute this. So I'm double clicking it. You see, external JavaScript, a paragraph, the button try it. My function is stored in an external file called myscript.js. So when I click this, what will happen? When I click it,
Paragraph will change.
my function is called, right? And
Paragraph change.
yeah, and my function will
Yes.
change the paragraph. And my function is defined in an external file, right?
Yes, sir.
So see, paragraph change. Yes. You understood that how to use an external JavaScript also from the HTML
Yes, sir.
code, right? So this is also we learned over here today. Then one more thing, yeah, about external JavaScript. Okay. you can place an external script reference in head or body. Okay. The external script reference you can either put in header or you can put in the body. I mean this script and this source myscript1.js you can put in body also, you can put in the header also, right? As you like. The script will behave as if it was located exactly where the script tag is located. Okay. So when you have source equal to myscript1.js, its meaning is the contents of myscript.js is replaced in this particular script tag. So Mama, you understood this? When you declare source equal to myscript1.js, basically it's exactly like this, that the contents of myscript1.js are just put over there within this script. Okay. So you can have even,
Yes, sir.
yeah. So external scripts cannot contain script tags. So if you see the file myscript1.js, in that we do not write script. Here we do not use the script tag over there. We embed where there we have function directly. There we have function directly without the script tag over there inside this JavaScript file. Placing scripts in external file has some advantage. It separates HTML and the JavaScript code. It makes HTML and JavaScript easier to read and maintain. And cached JavaScript file can speed up page loads. Okay, so there are lots of advantages of using a separate JavaScript file. Okay, to add, we can add different JavaScript files to one page also. So we can have multiple tags like this: script tag, source myscript1 at one place and source myscript2 at another place, like that. We can have we can include multiple JavaScripts within the HTML also. All this is possible. External JavaScript references. External scripts can be referenced with the full URL or with the path relative to the current web page. This example uses a full URL to link a script. Okay, let's say if there is some script, right, on a web page, you can specify the full path also. For example, let's say myscript.js from www.w3schools.com/js myscript.js. This you want to include. Okay, your same thing is there: external JavaScript, a paragraph, there is a button, you are calling my function, and this my function you are giving the full path from where this function can be found on the web. Are you getting? So external JavaScript references also you can give. So let's check this. Okay, let's check this. External JS references. I am opening this into the notepad. Okay, over here. So here basically the my function, it is there in myscript.js. And where is myscript.js? It is at www.w3schools.com/js/myscript.js. Okay, if it is here, right, and if I double click it, right, so basically it is, try it, see, paragraph changed.